Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Play Choices Podcast, the podcast you hear. I'm your host, V.
Hi, I'm the co-host, Lucas.
So this is yet again going to be another bonus episode where we're going over the Choices Insiders for the month of July. We a little bit late, I'm going to be honest. This came out like literally July 1st. But we have good reasons.
Yeah, we do.
We were busy,
Right. And how many times have choices put us on hold? I just thought that we could reciprocate, that type of feeling.
How many times have they put something on hiatus? How many times have they said something's going to come out? How many times have they said something was going to come out one day and then they were like, oops, we got to push it out 2 weeks? I don't want to hear anybody coming for my throat, okay? I don't want to hear. No back talk.
No back talk. It's quiet.
No back talk. Listen, just be happy you get the fucking episode, okay? My favorite thing about me and you is that whenever we do something bad, we don't apologize. We just get preemptively aggressive before anyone even says anything.
It's like we don't even give them the chance to not try to find a flaw. We're like, no. If y'all looking, stop, because we want to tell you what it is.
Just stay quiet in your corner and you'll get the content, okay? The content will come to you. But it may not be on the day you expect it, but the content's coming, okay? If you don't get the Choices Insiders emails, I will be sure to include in the episode notes on Tumblr. It's playchoicespodcast.tumblr.com, where you can sign up. And then also I will include the website version of Choices Insiders so you can read it for yourself. Because I feel like there's quite a few people who play Choices who don't know that Choices Insiders are like a thing. So if you're a fan of Choices, you probably should be subscribed to this because they do put out like a lot of pertinent information about their upcoming books in these emails. Let's just start with June in review. They say, we know you all miss Laws of Attraction, but don't worry, Gabe, Ashlyn, and the crew will return July 7th. We'll see you in court. Me and you probably didn't even register the hiatus because we were slow.
No, listen, when I read that, I said, oh, good to know, I guess. It's like, right. Oh.
There was a lot of chatter on social media. I saw them. They were definitely getting some flack on social media because, just in general, they're not releasing a ton of books right now. And then they went on hiatus for Laws of Attraction. People were like, what the fuck? Like, you're already not putting out a lot of content. So that's why. That's why they said, we know, because they do know. They've heard it. They've heard it from y'all on social media. Now, you said something before recording that I was like, please share your thoughts. Please share your thoughts.
All right, guys. So the second sentence in this update is Gabe, Ashlyn, and the crew. And I thought that was a little funny that they gave Ashlyn enough credit to have her name outside of the crew, but they don't give her that same credit in the storyline when it comes to an LI option, because they be writing Ashlyn a friends with benefits scene. Oh. She'd be like, oh yeah, you cute, we're cute, but I gotta get back to work. There's really no romantic connection between them. So when I saw them actually put Ashlyn's name and the crew, she might as well be part of the crew.
Honestly, I hear what you're saying. There's gonna be a lot of people who are Ashlyn shippers who agree with you, and I don't necessarily disagree with you. But at this point, has Gabe done anything to deserve the title of LI?
That is true. That is
no. You might as well have just said your coworkers will return July 7th because that's all they are.
Because that's the one thing they bring up. They're like, if we didn't work together, you would have been mine. Anywho, let's go interrogate this person.
Now, I will preface this by saying we've only read up to chapter 6?
6, yes.
Yeah. I've read ahead. I've caught up, but Lucas has not read ahead. So we're only talking about chapter 6 and before. There's, don't come at me if something happened in chapter 7 and 8 and you're like, actually, Gabe did this. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We can only speak on what we've seen, okay?
Right. We're talking about our current Gabe, and right now our current Gabe,
he's my boss, and that's that. Someone asked me who is Gabe to you, I'm gonna say he's my boss, and that's it. That's what we're keeping it to. So let's scroll down. The next paragraph says, enjoy time with Sam and the twins as you take your relationship to the next level, and Nanny Affair 2, now available for all players. So yeah, the Nanny Affair book 2 is out. I have played ahead and played a couple of chapters. I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay.
But, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I think we only have like at this point, yeah. So I'm trying to think about the timing of when we release this bonus episode, but by the time that we release this, we'll only have probably 2 more episodes to get through before we can start on the Nanny Affair 2. So we're fairly close. We're pretty close to the end. So we're definitely gonna hop on Nanny Affair 2 after we finish book 1. Next paragraph says, last month was the anniversary of our BLM Representation Post. Click here to read the updates on our promises and the progress our studio has and will continue working to make. Now, I made a post on Twitter saying that I was going to make a response to this representation post. That episode has been recorded. I pretty much just have to edit it. I'm going to save my commentary for that episode because some things were said. And I'm just going to wait for it to come out so y'all can hear it in its entirety. So yes, that episode will be coming out soon. And the next paragraph below says we also released our LGBTQ plus survey. But yeah, if you haven't taken that survey, please do take that survey. I took it. I made sure I was picking options to ask for like non-binary characters, ask for more MLM, WLW content because, I mean, do I mostly play with male allies? Yes. Do I mostly play as a female MC? Yes. But I was like, if I'm taking this survey, I'm going to make sure I manipulate my answers so it it helps the players who are a little bit more underrepresented. So I lied. I lied on the survey. I mean, I am queer myself, but my choices do tend to lean more towards the heteronormativity. And I just wanted to make sure I was like, because Choices already got enough encouragement to make more female MCs, to make more like male allies. So I'm like, no, let's just go ahead and sprinkle like a little, yes, I do enjoy fucking women sometimes to the survey. So I would encourage you to do the same if you're someone who's straight and you typically play as like a female MC and you typically like to romance male allies. Like, honey, we all know Choices is not going to get rid of that. It's not like if you don't answer that on the survey that they're going to all of a sudden only do like queer content. So right. Just manipulate your answers a little bit. Skew the data.
Create some outliers. Outliers.
Yep. Let's change the shape of that bell curve, okay? So the next section is behind the scenes. So since almost the start of Choices, the Royal Romance is a series we've held close to our hearts after 6 fantastic and dare we say appalicious.
Okay. The pun. No. Here's the thing though.
It's not even a good pun.
Taking a backseat drive in this because like how apples is like the
It's the Royal Romance.
Yeah,
it's one of the prominent
with the bingo. You were like, dang, they talking about the apples. We had a whole detailed conversation about that. So the fact that they can just put this into this little update, we reaching.
Appalicious? I'm like, okay, y'all, that was a stretch, but I'm gonna let you get away with it.
With the apple emoji?
With the apple emoji. After 6 fantastic and dare we say appalicious books, as if we didn't understand that it was an apple. Like they had to add the emoji in there just in case they didn't get it. Okay, let me stop, bro. Let me just go ahead and read. It feels surreal to close this chapter with one final book. One last adventure is coming this July in the royal finale. We invited Maxwell to help us celebrate. Let's hope this goes smoothly. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to read the little paragraph that they tried to write in Maxwell's voice because I'm not a big Royal Romance fan. I know that's going to get me canceled in some circles, but I enjoyed it for the first couple of books. And as they said, 6 books, it really did not need to be 6 books long. I'm sorry to everybody out there who's a Royal Romance fan. I felt like it lost steam quite quickly in its like sequel books. I hope that those of you who enjoy the Royal Romance, enjoy it. I hope this is a good farewell send off to these characters. But the only positive thing I have to say is it's the last one.
Here's the thing, though. I'm really focusing on this. Let's hope this goes smoothly with like the emoji, like the nervous, like laughing emoji. Do you think it's because they know they fucked up with the 3rd chapter of Open Heart?
No, I think they're referring to inviting the fictional character of Maxwell to come
got you.
into the newsletter because, I mean, we are going to play the Royal Romance eventually. I'm not rushing to record a book on that series. Can y'all tell can you tell I'm not that excited about it?
I know, you're like, we're going to, Once we get through every other book,
You're like, I'm like, shit, I guess, bitch. But it's 6 fucking books, Lucas. Like, look at it. It's 6 fucking books.
And it seems like all they talk about is apples.
Oh my god, that just reminded me of something that's coming up on an episode that is definitely not going to be released by the time, but here's a fun preview. At one point in a future episode, Lucas says, all y'all care about is sucking. And we're going to leave it at that. That's a little sneak peek for a future episode.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we'll get to it eventually, but Maxwell's character in The Real Romance, he's your favorite. He's quirky. He's quirky. And he fucks shit up a lot in an endearing way. So I think that's what they were referring to. Let's move down to frequently asked questions. So we'll start with the first one. It says, why did my favorite book go on break? They say we at Pixelberry strive to do everything in our power to make sure our teams of writers, programmers, artists, producers, and QA testers stay physically and mentally healthy. Sometimes a mid-book break is necessary so a team can produce the best book possible without crunching. So let's chat about this. There was a lot, like I said, there was a lot of pressure on Pixelberry to put out another chapter of Laws of Attraction when they announced they're going on hiatus. A lot of these messages were super aggressive. Some of y'all really need to be aware of how you handle yourself on social media replies. Some of y'all be wilding out like a little bit too much on Pixelberry, I feel like. Like there's a way to respectfully say like, hey, we missed the book and like I'm concerned about like why this isn't being released. Some of y'all just be mad disrespectful in those replies, like you don't understand that there's a person behind the screen,
right,
you know, replying to all of them. So some of these things were just really fucking disrespectful as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I am all for vocalizing your criticism, but when you're straight up in someone's replies being like, oh, you guys are fucking useless, or I'm not directly quoting a specific tweet. I'm just trying to recall specifically, you know, what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not calling anyone specifically out. I'm not calling any tweet specifically out, but I've seen some rude ass replies. Y'all need to calm the fuck down. It's a visual novel app. It's not that serious. You don't need to cuss someone out, especially not their social media person who's not even in charge of this shit.
Right.
But a lot of people had voiced their discontent with Laws of Attraction being on hiatus for so long. Let's talk about crunching, because I feel like crunching is something that a lot of consumers of media like don't understand what that is. And granted, I'm not an expert on crunching. I'm just going to quote what I have heard from people who actually work in industries like this where they do have to crunch. So whenever you are held to a specific deadline to produce content, a lot of times crunching will happen. And crunching is just basically when people like writers, programmers, artists, et cetera, have to basically work like overtime and work just like a ridiculous amount of hours in a row in order to finish content in order to reach a deadline.
Right.
And it's just really unhealthy. Like y'all can do some Googling on your own about what it's like to have to do a crunch. There's a lot of people in the industry who have written about their experience. And it's just, I mean, imagine whatever job you work, just imagine. And now imagine your boss telling you, well, I'm going to need you to work like 100 hours this week because we have a deadline on Saturday to get this done. Just imagine that. And imagine that happening like for every single project that you're working on. It's super unhealthy. And I'm so glad that they put this in the frequently asked questions. I feel like people were like, where's my visual novel app? Without realizing making quality content and stuff, like it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it's frustrating to have a book go on hiatus and you miss it. But like, if they have to take 3 weeks off just to make sure that they can write a good plot line, because you and I have enjoyed Laws of Attraction so far. And if this is what they need to do to keep the book of a high quality and make sure that everyone working on it is having a comfortable like work-life balance, that's what they got to do. I'm really glad they included this in the freelance questions. I hope the people who were being rude as fuck on social media read this and felt like fucking assholes. Like, yeah, I genuinely do hope that that's what happened, because some of y'all, I'm not saying it's everybody, I'm not even saying it's the majority of people, But some people on their replies on social media are just so fucking rude. And I can't imagine if you're someone, I mean, I don't think anybody at Pixelberry should be reading the comments except for the social media person on their platforms. But I can imagine what it's like to like be a writer, be an artist or something for Pixelberry and go in those comments and just see people being like, oh, Choices sucks because Laws of Attraction is on hiatus. Like, it's not food, it's not water, it's not sleep. You don't need it to live. Like, it'll be okay if it's not here for 3 weeks, you guys. Like, everything will be fine. So that's my mini rant about question 1. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. They made sure that was the first question too. They were
like,
look. Like,
Yep, as they should, as they should. The next question is Shipwrecked a VIP and single love interest book? So, yes, they actually confirmed that Shipwrecked was going to be VIP when someone had asked about it on Twitter, but again, like trying to find the tweet and stuff and have that like be common knowledge of the fandom is very difficult. So I'm glad that they included it in 3 Ask Questions. Shipwrecked is going to be the next VIP book. It says that it follows the daring storyline of your MC and a single love interest who are stranded together on a deserted island. Again, my thoughts are like, if someone's going to be paying $15 a month for VIP, like, give them some special books. So I'm glad that they are taking a book and they're reserving it for VIP. I genuinely don't have any complaints about that. I know some people have, you know, some beef with it because they're not VIP and they're like, oh, content is already slow if you're someone who's not VIP, but they have to reserve some sort of content for their VIP players. And we all know these VIP books come out eventually. We don't know how long it takes them to come out, but they come out eventually. And then the third question said, what other genres can we expect to see this year? So they said, we do have some mysteriously horrifying, romantic, and suspensefully sassy storylines on the way. And then they refer us to check the calendar below. So let's just go ahead and transition into what's up next. So in July, the royal finale is coming sometime this month. I don't think I've seen like an official date even on like social media yet. So that's coming sometime. And then the projected releases has Shipwrecked coming in August. The Unexpected Heiress coming in August as well. Queen Bee coming in September. So we got to step up our episodes for Queen Bee. And I love that book, so I'm going to be so fucking excited to record the episodes on that. Wake the Dead coming in October, which I can't say I'm surprised by. Any horror zombie shit is always going to come out in the month of Halloween.
Of October, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Of course.
And then Crimes of Passion in December. And then here's a little nugget, a little something new. They said later this year, we've got a new book, Surrender, in the works. What do you think it could be about?
Surrender?
I have no fucking idea what that could be.
I have no idea. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea.
I have not an inkling, not a drop, not a suspicion. I have no idea. Surrender is such a vague book, but Surrender, let me tell you, that sounds like some type of thriller name.
Right.
But I don't know if it's a placeholder the same way that like Zombies was a placeholder and then they told us the actual name of the book.
Okay, yeah.
But I do hope that it's the actual name of the book because Surrender, oh my god, what a dramatic ass word.
And there's so many different meanings and connotations to that word that like could depict the plot of the book, and I just can't, like, my brain is literally just like jumping back and forth. Like, I have no idea. I don't know.
When I think of surrendering, it just automatically reads as dramatic to me because like surrendering is like to give up something to like be like fully engulfed by something else, right?
Yes,
like how I imagine.
Yeah.
And like it just sounds so dramatic, and I'm like, I need to know what that is. And I'm actually quite excited for the upcoming books because, you know, they're breaking into some genres. We have Crimes of Passion, which obviously I feel like there's going to be a mafia thing. That's my guess. Wake the Dead, zombie, post-apocalyptic genre. We have Shipwrecked, which, you know, I'm not VIP. I might go ahead and buy VIP sometime next couple of months, but I'm not currently VIP. But Shipwrecked and it being like a whole book being stranded on a tropical island, like I'm like, okay, this is something we haven't seen before. Surrender. I'm like, okay, Choices. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can't talk shit right now. I cannot talk shit right now in this lineup.
Surrender making me feel really like, what's the word? Anticipation almost, because like you have Crimes of Passion that's in like December, and then Surrender, the time frame is just later this year. Y'all gonna release it December 31st? Like, why can't we get a month? Why can't, you know?
I think they like to tease like the plot and the cover art and stuff. Well, not even really, not specifically the cover art, but you see how like Crimes of Passion has like a background, and then like Wake the Dead has
Yes,
like
that's
a
true.
background too. I feel like they like to release like the art of it. They like to release the official title, assuming Surrender is not the official title. We don't know because they've played us before. We've roasted them before, and then choices came back with the trump card. So I'm not gonna make fun of them again. But feel like they like to have a little bit more details before they say like what month is coming out.
As long as we get, if they decide to do like a sneak photo, as long as we get a better photo than that faucet on fire, I'm okay. I'll be
Yep.
okay. Because that was just like complete full.
You think maybe it could be November release because like they have 2 books in August,
Right.
Queen Bee
That's
is
literally what I was
September.
thinking.
Like I'm gonna place a $1 bet
Mm-hmm.
on November.
Mm-hmm. Same. Same.
It says, then over the next few months, prepare yourselves for adventure, mystery, drama, horrors, and thrills. And yes, we'll have some hot new sneak peeks to share that you won't want to miss. In fact, we just got our hands on this art from our upcoming zombie book, Wake the Dead. I'll just go ahead and describe it. I mean, it literally just looks like a fortress. Looks like it's got little floodlights coming up
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
out of it. And that's the thing. I'm not sure if Wake the Dead is going to be like like a story that tells of zombies in the beginning of the apocalypse, or it's going to be like an established apocalypse and then you're like playing an MC. Like, because when I see a fortress like this, I'm like, who built this?
Right. That
Is this
kind of
supposed to
seems
be a
established.
regular ass building?
Right. Could it be a prison?
It could be a prison. Because here's the thing. I feel like whenever you have like a zombie apocalypse kind of book, there's very infrequently enough resources for people to like build something like this type of building up, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
normally
absolutely.
you see
Yeah.
people kind of holding up in an existing building. So you know what? Actually, a prison would be a great guess because this could definitely be a prison. For sure. And it looks like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, which is typically where these big ass prisons are built.
I
So,
just like am trying because it's no lie. I mean, no lie. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's no
mhm,
surprise that Choices uses like pop culture references and implicate that in their book. And so like
mhm.
when I look at this and I know it's about a zombie book and it kind of looks like a prison, it's just really giving me Walking Dead vibes.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we've had quite a few chats talking about how Choices loves to borrow plot points and stuff from
Right.
other popular medias in the same genre. So I really would not be surprised if it was, took a couple of plot points from The Walking Dead. And I personally have never read The Walking Dead comic books, but I definitely watched a good majority of the series. So I'll probably be in tune to if they do take stuff from The Walking Dead. I'll probably be in tune to what that's like. I just want to know what type of zombie we're gonna get. Like, are we gonna get one of them
Yes.
slow zombies? It gonna
Yes.
be a
I'm thinking
fast
Resident
zombie,
Evil because if it's a Resident
right?
Evil zombie, I'm done. I'm not playing.
I'm sorry. There's no way you can build unless you try and tell me you gonna try to make like Leon one of the MCs. We not surviving that shit.
We
Y'all
is
better make
not
it a slow
surviving.
zombie. Mm
Mm-mm.
mm. No. So I don't know. We'll just have to see, but I am excited. I love it's a dark, dreary background. There's something kind of like melancholy about it. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, I like
yeah,
it. I like
yeah.
it.
I do. I am looking forward to it. I am.
If y'all seen my replies on social media, you'd know that I like the darker kind of books. I like the books that kind of
Hmm.
I like the books that leave you emotionally scarred at the end. That's the type of book that I like. So I'm hoping that Wake the Dead delivers on that. So I am excited.
Yeah, same.
So,
Not Zac Efron.
uh, damn. Okay, so it. At the very end of the email, they say, looking forward. We've seen your messages and understand things have been light the past few months, but we took a quick peek into the rest of this year in 2022 and promise that what's to come is 100% worth the wait. We hope you have a relaxing and enjoyable summer. And then they have a gif of Zac Efron, which is what Lucas is referring to.
It just started me. It just, just, and it's funny because like this is from High School Musical 2, where he almost ruined his summer. So it's just kind of like
Oh my god!
this is during his little song "Bet on It," and
Yes, when he was
so
running through the golf course.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I do remember this scene. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with this Choices Insider. I mean, I like the fact that they're kind of acknowledging the feedback and commentary they've gotten from the readers lately. But I think, again, this is kind of diving into territory that I'm going to talk about on my diversity episode. Even though Choices content is light and I understand that people are bored, I would rather them take time to develop better content than shit out something. Because I feel like we saw what happened on like Open Heart Book 3. It was not good. People who have been diehard fans of Open Heart didn't like it. And I think they have a lot of changes to make. I mean, they released this whole diversity representation promise that honestly, it does take time to kind of deliver on those things. They're probably rewritten some of their books that were in production in order to include some more things. And I think just in general, like people have been complaining about the content for the past like year, I would say, starting from like 2020. So I think it's good that they're taking a break because I think tried some stuff, experimented with some stuff, saw that a lot of people didn't really resonate with it. And so I think that they are adjusting. I would predict that they are adjusting their content, and that's why it's taking so long. So I do like, I think you and I have both shared a certain level of enthusiasm for like what is on the roadmap ahead.
Yes, yes.
So I think it's good that they're taking the time because, I mean, listen, even though it's slow, I'm really enjoying Laws of Attraction. And if they keep the plot up and have like that type of in-depth plot for the upcoming books, yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, like you said, like I'm really enjoying the journey because like if these do end up being like fantastic books, like it's just gonna make the wait worth it. It's just
Yeah,
gonna, easy selling. Let's not make no mistakes. Because
yeah,
be quick to be like, hey, what's going on here? And they'll be like, have you tried to turn it off and turn it back on again? Like, we're not trying
yes.
to help that.
Yeah, we don't want any coding issues where they're putting the wrong artwork. We don't want any coding issues where they're calling their MCs the wrong pronouns. We don't want that. So
Right,
I
right.
will allow them to have the time to make sure they got their shit together. Because I definitely think we saw them trying to pump out a lot of books in previous years, and it didn't necessarily work out in their favor. So I again, I understand people's frustration. I understand people being disappointed, but I do actually, with this lineup and what they've been previewing for us, I actually do have a certain level of hope that it's going to be worth the wait. So I'm going to reserve judgment until I actually see what's coming up. But yeah, those are pretty much, our wrap up thoughts. If you would like to see the email yourself, I am going to have the URL to it in our episode notes and probably also put it in the description of the episode as well. And I'll also include the link of where you can sign up for these. They come out the first Thursday of every month. And that's pretty much my wrap up thoughts. Is there anything else you want to end on?
No, not at all, not at all. Just that I am excited. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna be thinking about Surrender a lot. I really am.
Yeah.
I really am.
No, just the fucking title of it. I'm like, oh, what could that
I really
be?
am. I really am because like I feel like most of the time choices sometimes creates these choices, no pun intended, that are supposed to be hard to choose from. But with a title like Surrender, whether that is like a foreshadowing to the title of the book or not, like that's a
Hmm.
heavy word. Like I'm
Yeah.
sweating already. Like I'm a
Yeah.
little like.
So a lot of anticipation building up there. That's it for this bonus episode. And we'll see you on next Saturday. Bye, everyone.
Peace.